The round table.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will. It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the round table.
What's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
All right.
Okay.
Is that good, Marcus?
That's great.
Okay, Jackie, you have to pray today.
Man, today I'm praying for my alternate persona.
Uh-oh.
Her name is Horny Girl 6969420.
Whoa, Jesus.
And I think this is my campaign to you, fucking Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
That I should be the next #1 porn horny girl out there.
So your porn name is going to be Horny Girl 6969420?
Yeah, man, it's
That's
all
a
of
long
it.
one.
It's all fucking wrapped up in one. I want 2 69s. I want double the partners.
Have you gotten a cam?
Yeah, I've got 20 fucking cams.
You want to do this alone, or do you want a sexual male or female partner while you film yourself orgasm?
No, yeah, I need many people involved.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not just me. It's like a show. I mean,
Is it like a reverse bukkake where there's like 20 guys, but you squirt all over them?
Yeah, sure. Or I
Something
shit
like-
all over them.
Oh,
Whatever,
okay.
like wherever I've got shit coming at me. Sometimes I can spit on them if I want.
Sure, yeah.
If I want to like wrap my fucking finger up inside of my fucking belly button, just shove it into their mouth.
Oh, wow, that's hot.
Yeah. And I think
I like that one. Yeah.
And I think,
Recording?
Yeah, no, this is actually all being recorded. Yeah.
I think that God, if you could give me this gift of being able to bring this to the people, that, 2014 is going to be all of our year. Thank you, fucking Jesus Christ. And amen.
Amen. Wow. Well, welcome to the podcast, the only podcast worse than the Nixon tapes. That was really phenomenal stuff there, Jackie. This is the Roundtable of Gentlemen. We know Jackie's here because she just professed
Horny
her
girl,
love.
420.
Horny Girl 6969420, and sitting in for Ed Larson, who is currently on a cruise eating all the shrimp in the ocean.
Crazy.
Ed Larson is in the middle of the sea, so replacing him, Nick Turner. Thanks for being here, Nick.
Hey.
That was your Ed? That was the worst Ed we've ever heard.
Hey, it's me, Ed Larson.
Not bad enough sounding. Get a little more jowl in there. Come on, Nick.
Florida.
That's nailing it. That was good.
He's always talking about Florida, man.
I won't shut up about it.
Loves it. Loves
To his
it.
credit, I am always asking him where he's from.
That is a good point. Yeah.
I don't listen.
Who else is he? No, you don't, Nick. That's the major problem.
I'm Holden McNeely. Go, go, go! I just broke the mic.
All right, don't force it, Holden. Sitting in for Kevin Barnett.
Oh, so he's doing Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it's ridiculous.
Tried to eat the mic.
Kevin Barnett is busy right now filming a pilot, I believe. So, we're the ones
I heard that
who
was
are doing
canceled.
successful things. Was it? Sitting in for Kevin Barnett, Jordan Temple. Thanks for being here, Jordan.
I like pachyderms and all types of crazy shit, and I like Tootsie Rolls and damn.
Oh my! I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Sitting in for Kevin Barnett. Kevin Barnett. Holy Lord!
I don't know why I'm so fat. Oh my God! Sometimes I just look at my feet. No, I don't look at I can't see my feet.
Yeah.
Titties.
Ned is fat today.
He's gonna get that breast reduction
Damn,
surgery.
I'm fat. I just trying to think positive thoughts. Just trying to.
That's right. Kevin is fat.
Trying to have these sensory deprivation take sessions in group with white woman. I'm just
In group with white woman. The Kevin Barnett story. All right, Marcus, you have some news stories for us today. And, we were going over the news stories at the top of the show. A lot of butts, a lot of vagina stuff, and a lot of bizarre death this week.
Much bizarre death. Our first story was given to us from Alberto Ayora on our Facebook page.
All right.
After brutally beating a man
Which,
with his...
by the way, going real quick with the Facebook page, send the dick pics right to Jackie.
Yeah.
Just shoot them right over to
so
Jackie.
what happened here? We got a real...
Pics, just flash her.
Yeah.
Really, just come by the Creek office. Flash your dog.
I need it.
Horny Girl 6969420 will
Horny
judge
girl.
your dog and see if you're worthy of being squirted upon.
And that's Horny Girl, Horny GRRL, right?
Yes, yeah.
It's girl.
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
45 minutes it took to find that name.
Brilliant.
I'm a fucking animal. I don't need no fucking vowels.
That's right. That is right. No vowels allowed.
squirt on 20 dudes, then It's so much squirt that like an egg will come out.
I fucking
At some
hope.
point, yeah, like an
I
ovary
sure
type
hope.
situation.
Those are
Yeah.
expensive. It's like $8,000 a pop. So
Not if you're fat and weird.
Ah, that's a good point.
They won't buy them.
They won't buy you right. Oh, there needs to be a comedy segment where Jackie tries to go sell her eggs, and they're like, I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't allow drunken alcoholic potheads
Reminds
to
me,
donate
the
their eggs.
Chinese have a thing called the 1,000-year-old egg.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what it would be. It just ferments for like years and years, and then apparently it's very disgusting.
It has to be.
Yeah,
I
it's
Do you
believe
get
really
drunk
gross.
if you eat it?
It's green, huh?
Do you eat it?
People eat it over there. It's
Yeah, you
green.
eat it,
Look at it. Look, it's
we
disgusting.
know it because they eat it on like Amazing Race or whatever.
yeah, they eat it
Oh,
on
I
that
see,
shit.
with the
yeah.
bull balls and shit like that.
I was reading one of those stupid things, like what are the grossest foods to eat, and that was one of them. It's
The 1,000
gross looking. It's like green and
Ooh.
yeah.
Let's see this picture, Marcus.
People
Marcus
eat
is
that
pulling
shit.
it up.
If it's green, you got to put it back in its
can't
pod.
actually be 1,000 years. It is green. How old is this thing?
Usually, actually, 100 years. It's called the century egg.
The century egg.
Yeah, it's made by preserving duck, chicken, or quail eggs in a mixture of clay, ash, salt, quicklime, and rice hulls. Or for actually not 100 years, for several weeks to several months,
Oh, it's a bit of an
depending on the
exaggeration.
method of processing.
It is.
Let's get back to our disgusting story given to us by a fantastic fan and listener, Alberto.
Well, this is from Alberto. After brutally beating a man with his Nike Jordan shoes, a pimp filed a $100 million lawsuit against Nike for not providing a warning label that their shoes could be used as a dangerous weapon.
It's brilliant. I don't think there's a possibility this guy's going to win, but Nick, you're quite a shoe connoisseur. You love a nice shoe. Is that
you?
a fantasy?
They call him the
yes.
shoe man. You
Yeah.
haven't been out in the streets. They're always
Yeah.
like, "Where's the shoe man?"
Nick, the
Where's
shoe
look at
man.
those
Turn it.
things.
Look at these
Wow.
kids. Nick just showed us his
I wear
brand
shoes,
new
yeah.
shoes. They're beautifully red.
Nice description. They're orange.
I was more impressed you could
Oh,
actually
reddish.
get your foot all the way above the table.
Oh,
That
I'm
was
sorry. I
phenomenal.
forgot I was doing an Ed impression.
Yeah. How many shoes do you own, Nick?
Oh, not too many. I owe about,
50 or 60?
No. I only started buying shoes recently because before that I lived in a ditch for 13 years.
No, that's fine. Kind of got a troll
But
lifestyle.
I bought like 8 or 9 pairs this year.
I would want to kill somebody with an Adidas shoe or a Reebok pump. I think that would be a good
almost
weapon
all
shoe.
mine are Adidas.
I got a little bit of money one time. I got a lot of high heels and different kinds of lipstick.
That's an awesome. And would that be what you would kill somebody with? And usually, if you do hear about a shoe being used as a weapon, it is a high heel.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can get it right through the skull. if you go
Oh,
with
who
the
doesn't
heel.
love that movie?
Yeah. How many times did this guy have to hit this person with a shoe to kill her?
Well, in June, this guy's name is, I hope I get this right, Sir Geo.
You did
You
not.
must have gotten it.
You think you got it,
Sir
Jack?
Giorgio.
Got it.
Sir Giorgio.
Sir Giorgio.
Geo Geo.
You nailed it,
Killed a
Marcus.
Kennedy.
Sir Giorgio.
Sounds like he's in the Matrix. Yeah.
That's his first name, by the way.
Matrix?
Sir
Matrix Sir Giorgio.
So he's a knight.
Sir Giorgio Sanford Clardy.
Oh, you nailed it. There's no way you got his name wrong. That's
That
exactly
actually is Sanford Clardy. There's no other way to say it.
Clardy.
Yeah, his last name is
It's
definitely Clardy.
C-L-A-R-D-Y.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to stop reading over your shoulder.
He's Portland, Oregon, repeatedly stomped on the face of a client with his Jordan shoes when the man refused to pay Clardy's prostitute.
Oh, I think that this is more the stomping than the shoe.
It's definitely more the stomp.
It was his legs that did it.
Oh, he killed a man.
He didn't kill him. The man required stitches and plastic surgery after the beating.
Wow.
Yeah,
No,
they-
he's blaming the shoe.
They don't mention that this is Holden right before that sex change he had.
Oh, that's not bad.
The newspaper reports that the jury also found Clardy guilty of robbing the man and beating the 18-year-old woman he forced to work as his prostitute. Her injuries were so severe that she bled from her ears.
Ooh, that is a big
that's
injury.
rough.
Where do you have to get hit, Jackie, as a woman to bleed from your ears?
Probably in your ears?
Yeah, something like that.
Great question, Ben.
No,
It is a good question.
No, you know when like someone boxes your ears?
Yeah.
I've never had that happen, but that's supposed to be like the worst.
The worst,
pain.
yeah.
And that happened in
terrible pain.
It's a Wonderful Life, right? That's
Yeah,
what happened to his
it
kid
did.
brother. He went deaf.
No, he went deaf because he
Drowned.
Drowned.
But I think some people were boxing ears, though, too.
he didn't drown because obviously he was deaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. That's one letter off, but it's a big distinction.
Right.
Well, Clardy, who is representing himself, is asking.
He's a real Ted Bundy.
I don't know why there's not a Tumblr. It's like people representing themselves. I'm so sorry. I'm like doing this as a secret. Like, don't tell the audience. I have a great idea about a Tumblr. Someone has a Tumblr, representingyourself.com.tumblr. And it's just every story is hilarious.
God, that's
no one passed the bar, by the way.
This is a lucky jury to be on. I would love to watch this guy defend himself with the Nike shoe defense.
Oh, he's asking a Multnomah County judge to order Nike to put warning labels on all their, quote, potentially dangerous Nike and Jordan merchandise.
What number Jordans are these?
It does not say.
They're probably nice Jordans. I would assume he doesn't have much respect for his shoe, though. If you kick somebody in the face multiple times, that's going to scuff up.
Yeah,
the
and
shoe.
the point to keep them all nice and fresh and clean and you don't want to have scuffs on there.
You wait online for those, you're gonna fuck them up. That get blood on the 20s or whatever. I never had a pair of Jordans ever. Even though my name is that's sad, but
as a guy who has a lot of shoes, I have red shoes just in case I need to kick him into death.
Yeah,
those are the kicking man to death shoes.
Yeah.
Are those your Adidas or are they a Nike?
Honestly, I'm in a court situation myself
right now. Are you defending yourself, Nick?
Yeah. I'm using one of my different aliases. Yeah. Actually, my most insane, Sir Giorgio something Clardy.
Oh,
really? I forgot. It's so retarded.
Man, it would be so great to see danger symbols, though, on all shoes.
If you stomp a fucking John to death with these, he's going to die and you're going to go to prison.
The complaint, which he hand wrote from the Eastern Oregon Correctional Institute in Pendleton, where he is incarcerated, said Nike failed to warn of risk or to provide an adequate warning or instruction that their shoes are a potentially dangerous product.
I mean, this is the coffee case of our time. The chick who spilled all the coffee over herself.
To be fair to that woman,
she won.
That was bad.
Yeah, she won. I mean, he might have. We don't know where this country's going.
Idiot.
He's asking.
He might win it. You never know. If he wins it, this could be the greatest law story in the history.
You'd have to put a warning on every single object ever made.
And that's what has to happen.
To be fair, I am the only person who can see his mugshot. So
yes,
I mean, take a look at this guy.
Well, he's a bit of an angry-looking fella.
He's got a ways to go.
Sir Giorgio Clardy.
He looks super mad and mean. I would hate to have dinner with him.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's too bad because you just matched him up on Match.com, sir.
You have to go out with this man.
I liked his likes. Marcus.
He lawyers on the side. He's not a lawyer, though.
He's a pimp.
Yeah, he's a pimp. But not a lawyer.
Pimp.
Jordan, did you know anybody who would wait in line for those for shoes and shit like that? I never understood it because you can just get them online like the day after they come out.
My cousin was one of those assholes.
Limited edition. They don't put them online.
Oh, they don't put the limited edition online? You can't get them on eBay?
Not the specific shoe and Entourage you're thinking of.
Oh, yeah?
No, what happens is they wait online and then, they resell them on eBay and make like $500 profit. My cousin did that, like the Borders on Madison Square Garden. Yeah. It's like my cousin, the Borders used to be in 34th Street.
Yeah, right on.
He left me to go fucking wait for these shoes until it was like 7 o'clock. I was like, "How long you gonna be on this line?" He was like, "I gotta get in now before the real thirsty people come." I'm like, "You're that thirsty person."
You're worse than those guys you're talking about.
How long did you wait in line for?
He waited like 6 hours.
Damn.
6 hours for a pair of shoes.
Just to
make $500.
I gotta get there in line before the people that want the shoes can get in.
You should just go be a waiter. You can make the same amount of money.
Everyone.
When was the last time any of us made $500 for 6 hours work?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Actually,
I mean, it's
I do it all the
typical
time.
rate. Yeah. You book a shitty commercial,
A lot less time.
Totally.
Now,
Become a
Anyway,
prostitute
that's why
or
I
a
bought
pimp?
9 pairs of shoes this year.
Yeah.
Even when I was selling drugs, I didn't make that much. Not in the day, at least.
Yeah, so shoes. So it's better to be a shoe dealer than a drug dealer.
I got to sell way better drugs.
Yeah.
I got to get some perks.
You just open up your jacket and you just have a bunch of shoes inside of it as opposed to
I
drugs
got to
and shit like
tutor
that.
some Asian kids in math.
Yeah.
Perks?
Yeah, Percocet.
Percocets.
Oh, okay. I'm not hip.
They won't perk you up though. They'll put you to sleep. Have a Percocet.
That's a good point, Holden.
Have a Percocet.
America's worst tagline.
They won't perk you up. They'll put you
They're
to sleep.
horribly addictive. They're terribly addictive. Try Percocet today, little Jimmy. You fucking prick.
Why?
Got a chatty wife? Percocet.
Whatever.
I had my buddy had toe surgery on his toe.
Oh,
He had
keep on going with this story.
He had a bad nail in it, right? He had a bad nail. He had to
This
get
was
out.
about Ed.
Yeah, yeah. But no, he was a straight edge. You know, he even had like the markers on his hands and everything sometimes, you know?
a CM Punk
And so
type.
he gave me a full bottle of Percocet back in high school, and I fucking ate them shits. That's that story.
It is still affecting you.
It was a great story.
Yeah. I had a bunch of perks recently.
Oh, yeah?
I threw my back out last month.
And you got him.
Yeah, I got them. I don't have a doctor, but I went to one. I couldn't move one day.
I watched a very interesting story, and it is about Florida, a documentary about prescription drugs gone crazy in America. 60% of all OxyContin was sold in Florida, in Tampa.
Yeah.
Rather. In Tampa, 60% of the nation's OxyContin went to Tampa. So
can't
that's
believe
what
it,
happened to
man.
Florida.
It's insane. Painkillers are so fucking cheap.
Oh, and they're so good. I love a good painkiller.
I mean, like, when you go to a pharmacy, I've not bought them on the street.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
But, like, compared to antibiotics, like, if you buy, like, or if you get, like, whatever they send you a week or whatever, 2 weeks of antibiotics, it'll cost you $100.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But then
ridiculous.
the painkillers cost, like, $15.
Right.
And then if you got a
crazy.
buddy like who's straight edge, it's just free, and you're
Yeah.
taking him off his hands.
But also, they know how many prescriptions are written for painkillers every
and
year.
this was the thing in Florida.
That's the thing you were telling me.
Yes.
That was like, and they make 3 times as much.
Well, all
Yeah, and
Jackie's old high school friends, like, were all on the oxys.
Fucking, yeah.
But the couple of them died, didn't they? I know Eddie had
Yeah.
a friend that died because of OxyContins and shit
And
like
also,
that.
OxyContin is the worst
I don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing, but
ever abused.
Did you
It's
say
the
you
worst.
came home one time and their idea of like hanging out was just drooling, like sitting around drooling?
Yeah, they're all
Well, that's
like,
pretty
itching
standard,
themselves. They're just like, man, I'm so itchy. Sucks.
It's
Oh,
not
you're
that much
paying to
different
be-
than what we do now, is it?
Paying to be itchy.
I've walked into my apartment at 3 o'clock in the morning and seen Eddie looking pretty oxed out, but that's just because of 18 cans of Budweiser and about
salami.
8 bowls
Yeah,
and
all the salami.
Oh, he's old school. If they didn't do it in 70s rock, Eddie don't do it now.
That's right.
You mean you don't do it now?
You guys caught me.
there's Eddie.
When's the last time you had promethazine, Eddie?
Permentacine.
I've got some for everybody.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
What the fuck is that?
That's like the shit. It's like a liquid. Like rappers talk about it, like lean. They mix Sprite with it and shit. It's like a downer.
Lean, I've heard of this.
okay.
Lean.
Lil Wayne almost
Michael
overdosed
Jackson.
on it. He
Lil
almost
Wayne does a
died.
bunch of
Oh,
wild stuff.
scissor.
And he does the
Scissor, yeah,
robo
that
tripping
shit.
as
Yeah.
well.
The what?
The robo tripping, robitussin tripping, where you just
Oh, yeah,
drink a
yeah.
bunch
That's
of that.
like, it's almost the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, Lil Wayne knows he has money, right? He knows that he could just go buy like a bunch of drugs. He doesn't
Tussin
have to
is
go to
the
pharmacy.
active ingredient in scissor.
Yes, it is.
Or
That's
Purple
my
Drain.
favorite thing about Lil Wayne. All he does is use street drugs that 7th graders use. He's a multimillionaire.
I
Step
love
up
that.
the fucking
I love
game.
that quote from the Katie Couric interview, where I just always think about it. Where he's like, people are like, don't worry about what's in my cup. That's my cup.
And he has a point. He has a point. We live in America. That's his cup. Privacy.
You deal with your cup.
Yeah, you see
Give
what's in your
Mr.
cup.
Wayne some privacy.
I agree with that philosophy. That's a philosophy that goes for all things. You know,
Yes.
for all of life.
He's like, I can have Pedialyte in my cup. It makes no difference to you what I got in my cup. Sometimes I'm dehydrated.
And I'm sure
But literally, for him to be
Pedialyte's
alive, his cup at least half the time
But I'll tell
has
you,
to just be water.
before there was
So I really hope so.
But before him, there was a boy named Ben Kissel who drank 2 bottles of Triamedic when he was 6 years old.
and
tripped my
that's what
fucking nuts
ballooned you
off.
up to 450 pounds.
That was when I was a freshman in college. Thank you, Nick. That was when it was super embarrassing to be fat because a 6-year-old fat is cute and lovable, but a 6'7", 400-pounder as a freshman in college doesn't get booked for the leading roles.
Terrible.
For those of you just listening to this, Ben has peed himself.
What? I peed myself. What does that mean? When did that happen, Nick? You
did it.
I didn't do it. I haven't peed myself.
Fuck you,
What
Kissel.
the fuck kind of bullshit show is this?
Smells like pee-pee in here.
He's getting his
Smell like
pee-pee
pee-pee.
all over me, Marcus.
Bam!
Kick him out, Marcus. Jesus Christ. Jordan, you ever see anybody get beat up because someone scuffed their shoes or shit like that?
Yeah, I see it all. I beat people up.
You did?
Yeah, I smacked a couple people.
I can't see you being violent whatsoever.
Nah, when I was a teenager, I was a violent person.
Really?
So
Yeah.
I should be terrified of all teenagers because you're the nicest, most subdued person I've met in New York City.
Oh, when I was a teenager, I was real mean.
No, you were not.
I was real big and
I just
mean.
want to beat the shit out of you,
Very
Holden.
depressed.
So you were depressed, and that's why you got
I was
upset.
depressed, and I would get into fights. One time, I got in a fight with this kid. I was like, if you're still here when I get back. What happened is, like, we got in a fight. We took our shirt off.
Oh, this is getting hot, Jackie. How you like this fight so
Me
far?
gusta.
Ready to squirt?
Jackie's getting ready.
I'm primed.
She's up on the chair.
Jackie has peed herself.
It's just guacamole.
Oh, that's not bad.
Just had some hidden in there.
It's the best stimulant.
It is. So this dude fucked up your shoes and you beat him up.
Nah, that's not what. I was just getting violent. I was like,
I was just getting violent.
I don't know. I'm not lucid. So I punched this dude in the face and he spun around.
That's cool.
And that was cool. But then I fell over a bike onto a bench and he just punched me real hard in the head like 3 times.
That's
and
hilarious.
I got a speed knot. And I was like, if you're still here when I come back, I'm going to stab you. And I ran upstairs and got my mother's butcher knife.
Oh,
out
that's
of the
great.
kitchen.
Whoa. Nice.
And I ran outside like a urban Zulu warrior, and he wasn't there. And like later, I I heard that there was like an undercover cop there, and he was like, "Who's that?" And they were like, "Oh, that's so and so's brother." Like my brother was like he's like 9 years older than me. Went to Oberlin, good guy, light skinned. So you know.
Oh, I like him. I like him already.
Yeah, of course.
Oberlin?
So, no, it's just different. Yeah. We look nothing over. Yeah.
So because your brother was a mildly good person, this cop didn't go by the NYPD protocol and shoot you dead.
Right, he could have, and I wouldn't be on this podcast with beautiful Ed Larson today.
Yeah, that would be
The rest
sad.
of the beautiful people here. Actually, the craziest thing about that is like I had the butcher knife, and then there was this kid who went with me upstairs to like get rid of it. He was like, "Man, you need to wipe off the prints," and then he wiped off the.
But you didn't stab anybody with it.
No, I didn't. But the crazy shit was like I threw it in an incinerator. But this kid was the biggest dick because he actually served some prison time for holding a gun out the window and shooting.
Jesus.
So it's like getting advice from him is just like he's an idiot.
He was a brilliant guy to get advice
You
from.
threw it in an incinerator?
It's probably not going to do anything with the knife itself.
Where'd you find the incinerator?
In my building where I lived.
Hey, don't worry about where the incinerator is. We find them when we need them.
You got to find an incinerator when you need it.
No, you want to ask the guys who went to jail because they know what not to do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did it.
And then hold on to the weapon later.
Yeah.
I guess you
It's the
guys
only
already
weapon you
talked
got.
about it on page 7 probably, but this Ja Rule situation with leaving he left his wife for a dude he met in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we
Oh, that's
Is that
real?
what happened?
I saw that. Yeah.
Ja Rule left his wife for a man he met in prison? When did this story break?
Jackie, you know more about it than I do, but you're eating some guacamole over
Yeah,
there.
Jackie is literally eating chips and guacamole right now to this conversation. Which
I'm
is
trying to
perfect.
not eat into the microphone.
I
I'm
know
doing
it.
a great job over here.
What happened?
So I mean,
He got gay. He went to fucking prison.
He went to
now he's
prison.
gay.
He was in prison for a while.
The
He
good
got
comedian
gay in
Michael
prison?
Shea
Is this
has
confirmed?
the joke where it's like you can only catch gay in prison, and it does seem to be an accurate analogy here. It seems to be an accurate thing.
Yeah, because then you have your fuck all the time.
Yeah.
Forever for the amount of your
So
sentence.
does he want to stay in prison then? If you
Well,
meet the love of your life,
His
out
wife
now.
quoted him as saying, or his wife was quoted, he wrote all them love songs and still don't know how to treat a bitch. We spent 10 plus years building our marriage, but it only took him 2 to decide he'd rather suck a dick than be with his wife.
well, that's no way to talk
Sounds
about
classy.
women. This
This is-
woman's a sexist woman.
I
She's
read
great.
this like a month ago.
Yeah, it's about a month ago.
Oh, it's that old? Or you told me so
This
recently?
isn't
It's
like a
relatively
real
recently.
story where he's come out and be like, "You're right, I'm gay," because we all would have heard that. This is some wife whose rapper husband left him and is just talking some bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I think you're just saying rappers have beautiful wives that they love very much.
I'm saying rappers aren't known for being great husbands.
Well, not necessarily.
I'm guessing there's a few upset rappers' wives, and this one's this one.
They're on Atlanta doing that hip hop show, whatever.
My friend actually produces that and directs that show. Yeah.
His friend is Ed Lover and Dr. Dre.
Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. That's correct. That was always confusing. Fat Ed Lover and skinny Ed Lover.
No, it wasn't, because he was so fat.
Yeah, but then one was skinny. It confused me.
Well, it wasn't that confusing. I mean, they did different jobs.
But they were both named Ed Lover.
No, they were both named Dr. Dre.
Whatever.
I don't understand.
What is happening?
I don't think I can lose this argument.
I'm very lost right now.
No. There were Yo MTV Rap. Was it two Dr. Dre's?
It was two Dr. Dre's.
Two Dr. Dre's. I'm sorry.
There were. There weren't two. Who the fuck is Ed Lover?
Ed Lover and Dr. Dre hosted Yo MTV Raps. They hosted. Hosted a hip hop radio show in New York.
This heated before.
He's getting riled.
What are you talking about, skinny Ed Larson?
I mean, let's be honest.
That's
He's a
really
fatter,
nice.
uglier Ed
That's
Larson.
a nice compliment.
No, it is. I am much skinnier than Ed Larson. Ed Larson's now looking great, and I am looking fucking fantastic.
Leave Eddie alone. He
lost
looks
some
great.
weight.
You have a lot
Not
more
compared
shoes.
to me. I mean,
Ed is technically still
I
more
look
attractive than you.
Best as I don't know, maybe anyone in the world.
I'm getting
I was
huge.
just doing the two Dr. Dre things, and you guys were going off. So that's all I had. I love all of you unconditionally.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't matter.
So I'm
ditching the whole
not
thing.
Ed Larson.
You're not Ed Larson.
You've really changed since you took acid.
Oh, and then I took acid New Year's Eve. I was here till 6:30 in the morning, bugging out. And then on the 3rd, I was telling you guys outside, I had my first sensory deprivation tank session.
How was that?
What?
It was amazing. It's like
Where do they have it here?
in Chelsea. It's an enclosure you get in. It's essentially a bathtub, and it's all dark and stuff. It's like a filtration system where they filter the water. It's water in it and like hundreds of dollars worth of Epsom salts. And you float in darkness, and it cuts off all sensory input. And you just space out and shit.
I always
That
think
sounds
I just
wild.
Start freaking out.
was it?
Yeah.
Start
I
laughing.
I just feel like you're like one like skin lightening treatment away from getting a monkey named Coco, or what is it, Bubbles, something like that.
You know, that was funny.
This is how Michael Jackson started.
I mean, that's funny because when I first told my stepmother that I was getting it, she was like, "You're doing those white people activities.
white people, hey, we got
you need
acid.
to get off that." I was like, you know what? If they're white people activities and it's gonna help me feel better, well then I'm just a white person.
White people have been nice forever. Jesus, Martin.
we got one on check mark
We
on
got
the notch.
one.
He still took a butcher knife out to the streets and tried to stab somebody.
Of course, I'm
Well,
joking.
that was before.
Nah,
you
that's
know.
that was
before the transformation.
That was really lazy writing. I just said, nah, I just want to feel good about myself.
Let me ask you this, man. You ever ridden a horse?
Nah, man.
What are your thoughts on Dave Matthews Band?
Oh, wait,
you
no,
got to a Dave Matthews
I
Band
did.
phase.
Actually, I like Philip Glass. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
like Talking Heads. I like listening to ethereal music and doing puzzles.
Now we gotta go do the
simultaneously.
whitest thing. Fish. We're going on a fish run.
do we
Yeah.
have a
Gotta
fish
go
phase?
see
Nah,
some-
man.
see
I
some
listen
fish
to Talking
concerts.
Heads. I don't need to listen to Fish.
Okay, well, he does make a point there.
That's true.
Yeah.
They do
Absolutely.
covers. No, but it was a great experience. But like, I wipe my ass too hard sometimes.
What are you
Epsom
the
salt?
salt?
And like for the first 15 minutes, I was just getting used to being in the tank, and it was stinging.
Yeah,
He was
you
really
were
cleaning out the butthole there.
No, but it was very like I got it. I had a show here later that night, and I was like, I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna go through my set a whole bunch of times, and then come up with some brilliant tags.
Right. Edward Tag was just like, and then my asshole's
And
burning.
And saying shit I did on New Year's, like while I was taking acid, like saying like, time isn't real. I said that like 100 times.
Yeah, it's true though.
It's true though. It is not real.
But the time that they made up is really helpful. To
Oh,
keep
yeah,
in
you
the
gotta follow
schedule.
it.
It's
Yeah,
super
you
helpful
should-
if you got
yeah.
someplace to be and whatnot.
You should.
I would
it's not
say
gonna.
I want that thing where you get in the tub and the little fishes nibble on you and get you all clean. I wanna get
Piranhas?
You mean your
nibbled.
feet?
Or the ones
Yeah,
that
or they just. Oh, I thought you got in the whole
Well, it's usually like a foot thing.
I want to.
Yeah, I think you're just supposed to put your feet
I want
in
to do
there.
the whole body with the fish
Like
nibbles.
the ones that clean off like the whales and shit.
they
Or
clean,
like the
you
little
put your
birds.
feet and shit in there, but I just want to get submerged in
I mean,
whole
all
thing
the
in my
fish are just going to
fucking
die
balls.
if you go in there. They're immediately going to rise to the surface, and their company's going to go out of business. It's going to be a nightmare. Then you're going to have to be the fish. And Holden's got to live his life cleaning people's feet.
If you want to ruin some lives of some kids who will never eat again.
That's perfect. All right, so the guy stopped a pimp or a John near death, whatever. But we have another story about bizarre death. Marcus, let's do that one.
Let's move on to another bizarre death. Authorities have arrested a man in the bizarre killing of his stepfather, who was found with his own underwear stretched around his head and neck. The stepson called it, quote, an atomic wedgie.
I love this
I
death.
heard about that.
This is the best.
Brad Davis, 33, of McLeod, was arrested on a murder complaint Tuesday evening in the death of Denver Lee St. Clair, 58. St. Clair was the husband of Davis's mother. McLeod police and Pottawatomie County deputies were called about 10:10 p.m. Davis said he and St. Clair fought, and he thought St. Clair was dead. When authorities questioned Davis, he said St. Clair asked him to come over for drinks. The men began arguing, and Davis told officers that St. Clair, quote, came at him, and they began exchanging blows.
Can we all just agree that his stepfather had far too large of underwear?
Yeah,
How
how do you
does
get
it
all the way
rip
up
if it goes
there?
all the way above the head? I mean, doesn't that underwear always rips?
Davis told investigators that he hit St. Clair's head, causing him to lose consciousness. Then Davis said he grabbed his stepfather's underwear and gave him an atomic wedgie by pulling the underwear over his stepfather's head. So he gave him this atomic wedgie after he was already unconscious.
So it was probably the hit to the face that caused. Again, it wasn't the shoes; it was the stomping. It was probably the hit to the face, not the atomic.
What's the
wedgie.
cause of death?
The cause of death was determined to be from blunt force trauma to the head and asphyxiation.
Wow,
So the
it
atomic
was.
wedgie was the 1-2 punch.
So how did the asphyxiation happen? I don't understand that part.
Can't
He
you
pulled
breathe
the
through
underwear
underwear?
over his head. I guess not.
Oh,
Maybe
he pulled it all the way over his face and put it under his chin.
Yeah.
But can't you just
Okay.
breathe through? You got to be able to breathe through cotton.
I don't know, man.
It was leather.
It was leather underwear.
Leather underwear.
That would do it.
And that would explain how it stretched.
Or
like it
you
did.
put anything over anybody's head and then cover their nose and mouth anyway.
Yeah.
Right. This is an embarrassing way to die. Isn't it? The atomic, to get killed by an atomic wedgie?
I kind
That's
of
not a
just
good-
want to see if my underwear could go up over my head.
I mean,
But this is the thing. It can. But this is the thing.
I mean, ladies wear
What are your
tighter
favorite
though.
pair?
This is the thing is that you were so close to being the only person on his death report to have it written atomic wedgie, to die by
Yeah,
atomic wedgie.
so close.
And it's like, wouldn't that be cool? At least you're going to be in like the Guinness Book forever.
Or Darwin Awards. Yeah.
But, or at least ridiculed in the Darwin Awards.
Sure.
But now he's got nothing.
Yeah.
Asphyxiation, yeah, everybody.
Ugh,
Typical.
We all die that way. I
Yeah,
died-
anyone who's died
3 times that way.
sexually, ugh, that's
Yeah.
how.
I mean, that's going to tear up a butthole, though, the atomic wedgie. You can't have that deprivation
ever
tank
had it?
experience after this. I have. Absolutely
not.
I have.
No.
When I was growing up, I got wedgied all the time. There was a wedgie competition going on.
God,
me
your
too.
underwear definitely
How
could
will
probably
people
Oh, don't go to
wedgie
school with streaks
you?
when wedgie season's about.
Wedgies
because
on
they'll make
shit
fun of you for
compared
that.
To gills. You guys ever got a fucking gill?
Gill.
Gill.
Like a fucking.
A
it's
front
like
wedgie?
dudes. You remember like the games like they put like this under the waist like
Oh, okay.
the
What are you doing?
fingers, the 4 fingers up like a fucking like you're like trying
Yeah,
to
like
kiss
an
Like kissing
Italian
out?
kissing
like an
is,
Italian kiss, but like
saying,
holding
like,
it
good
there,
job or something.
like that's like ball. So if you look at it and they're like, "Hey, look here," and if you look at it, they'll be like, "Give me mine," and fucking take 2 fingers and swipe it across the back of your neck real hard.
Yeah.
and that's a gill.
Yeah, they say it's like an
Kids
Indian
used to
burn.
do that.
Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
see.
like
To
it's
the
like a
neck
baby
there.
Indian burn for your neck. Like kids in my neighborhood did that all the
So
time.
it's just fingers
sound that
along the
bad.
back of your neck.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
sound like you could
I
die from
I
it.
bled one time, but
Oh
I mean,
my
in
God.
combination with wedgies, that's pretty shitty. Like,
Yeah.
So you get gilled and then you get wedgied and then that's all she wrote.
yeah, you
That's the
get
whole
like
thing.
a wedgie first, and then they're like, "Yo, where you want this candy?" And you look, you're like,
want the
"Oh, my
candy."
bad, man. You want some candy? I feel bad." And you're like, "Oh, you looked at it. Give me mine."
Yeah,
and then you get a gill.
Yeah.
Then you get punched in the face.
Wow.
okay.
Oh, it's
Then
a
you
get
whole
robbed.
thing.
Yeah, then you get robbed.
Yeah, give me mine, and then,
Then you get-
they
then-
take your back, the back of your skin.
Then you
there
get
with
your
neck.
spot taken on the line while you're waiting for Jordan's
Oh, man.
Shitty growing up.
And that's that's a
Probably a lot of
$500
gilling
burn.
going
punch in the face.
Kids are wild. Kids are wild.
Stomped.
Yeah, the treatment. You know,
I've
everyone,
had,
A lot of bullying went on in the school days when we were coming up. I don't think the bullying exists as much as people make it out to be now. Bullies,
I don't know.
It's not as bad as it used to be.
Cyber.
Yeah, but now they got the knockout game.
Yeah, they got the knockout and they got the cyber bully.
Yeah.
It's in cyberspace.
Yeah, you can't get away from it.
Cyberspace bullying?
Yeah, they do it in the cyber webs.
Oh,
and then you fucking kill yourself.
Our guest
Reddit?
today is Holden's uncle from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh, you got a cyber bully. Tell you your balls are too small. Then you shoot yourself in the head.
Wow, you got your balls are small.
You got
Joe
the
Mackey.
smallest balls,
You got
Jeremy.
me.
You got the smallest balls, Jeremy.
I was talking to Joe Mackey. He's a great comedian. He's been on the Letterman program, and I think he's been on our show as well. Joe's been on.
Yeah, he's been on.
But
Here, let's play a clip of Joe. Beep, 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 beep.
Yes.
Good one.
But he's got a great new bit about cyberbullying and how it's like you're supposed to be able to win that war if you're a nerd.
Yeah.
It's the internet. You're supposed to win the internet. You're a dork. And so if you get cyberbullied, that's on you. You know, and it's mostly it's a lot of more jocular types that are getting cyberbullied.
Yeah.
It's a nerd arena. You know, there's no physicality whatsoever.
Yeah, it's people who aren't smart enough to fight back on the internet.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was a basketball player in college, and he had met a woman online and began an online relationship.
Getting saucy with
and
her.
then while he was like doing a free throw, the members of the other team, this is like a crucial moment of the game or something, the members of the other school who had made a fake profile of this woman that he was talking to.
He got catfished.
Started yelling at, or maybe it wasn't just like this one moment, but just the whole game. And it was like this important game. And they were just yelling out quotes that he had said to her.
Wow.
Like, I want to do
That's
this thing to you.
amazing.
The whole team. And he's like crying. And
that'll
no
happen.
one's heard of this?
Similar to that Manti
you gotta
Te'o
look that up.
situation.
Do you know
Was
that
he a starter?
Yes.
wow.
No, they picked him because he was the star of the team.
I mean, first of all,
He was
not
the
to
star?
continue to
Yeah.
blame the victim, but I will again blame the victim. You're a fucking basketball player.
I get college basketball.
You know, you have to meet chicks online. I don't understand that
I
at
mean,
all.
people meet chicks all the time. It happened to that Manti Te'o player there, the linebacker
Catfish.
for I forget what university.
Oh, man,
but now
that
he's
was
in the
dumb.
pros. It was ridiculous.
You
These
got to
guys
not
are
be talking
constantly-
to chicks online. You getting pussy after the game and shit. You walk out of the game and you get it.
Yeah,
Right?
Sure.
Isn't that what the stuff I miss out on?
Yeah, isn't
If
that what
you're a
happens in
celebrity, if you're a
Murder
star-
Fist?
Yeah,
Holden?
right
You
when I
walk
walk
off
out of
the
Murder
stage,
Fist,
yeah.
dude,
It's
every
like,
time
pussy,
I keep
pussy.
having to just like knock chicks off of me. They're trying to suck my dick right on the stage. Right,
You're like,
after
I
the show.
can't, I
I'm
can't.
sick of it, man. As everyone's looking, they see my big ass penis.
Right,
I can see that, Holden.
Slaying
the puss.
Slaying
Oh my God.
They're just
The puss
always,
indeed.
yeah, man.
Holden,
And the
puss
technique
dragon
is
McNeely.
great. So the technique's great. So the whole time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go, but it's like we're on the stage right now. I can't be going on you and your eyeballs, you know, until we're in a bathroom or something.
Right. That's appropriate. Of course, Murder Fist is a sketch group that Jackie and Holden are in, and you guys just got back from Chicago, and I'm sure you got all the pussy in the world in Chicago.
Shooting loads, yeah.
Dude, yeah, man.
That's
It was
right.
like dick for fucking days. I fucking almost choked to death.
They had a room called the load room.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
go in and just get the load out immediately.
The load room.
Yeah.
I think you were just supposed to put your props in there, Holden. I think that's what that room was
That's
for.
I thought those masks were to like
Load
come
the
on
props.
Yeah, the load is props.
You
I
kind
don't
of
know.
working backwards, Jackie. You said you were squirting on all those guys, and you said there's like all these loads, and you were getting came on. I don't.
No. I
she-
loaded on them.
Yeah,
you
That's
loaded.
how much I squirt.
Jackie
It's like a
has
load.
loads,
It's like
yeah.
a cum load.
Jackie's got loads.
That's impressive.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing. It's like Jackie on her pussy, she has a tattoo that says exit only. It's really bizarre. It's
Yeah.
really interesting.
They call me the fucking lobster tank.
Yeah, the old lobster tank, Jackie Zebrowski.
Oh,
so
my
this poor
Lord.
guy, Marcus, forget about this story. So this poor guy, he gets suffocated by his own underwear.
Yeah.
I hope that he had a fresh pair on that day. That would be bad if you end up with a little dookie stain under your nose after post-mortem.
I mean, he was already unconscious.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it is
It could've woken him up,
post-mortem
maybe.
humiliation. It might have woken him up.
Maybe
Might have
he
saved
should have
his
had
life.
some dirty underwear on.
Yeah, who
little
knows?
smelling salt.
It's kind of hard not to have skids in your underwear if you have like tighty whitey stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I wear tidy whities every day. I don't usually have
Yeah, but you
skins.
got those little rabbit poopies. You got those little like poop, like just those
I
little-
also have I have a really big ass, Like I have a real big
All
like
right,
butt.
Marcus.
No, I do. I get a
He's
real
got a
big
bubble butt.
I get a
Yeah.
real big bubble butt, so my underwear is taken very far away from the butthole
From the
itself.
hole.
That's the thing. If you and your girlfriend, of course, Nikita, beautiful Nikita, African American gal, although she's not American, African British gal.
Yes.
And
Crushing it.
but
Thank you.
he is crushing it. Every time I fucking see her, I'm like, leave him.
She does.
Yeah.
And then he's going to get
It
her
doesn't
back.
matter.
Expensive.
But your kid's gonna have a beautiful black butt, and it's gonna be because of you.
Yeah, isn't that the ironic part
It's
about it?
bizarre.
Yeah.
It's
Damn.
bizarre, but
Gap
she'll be
baby
smart because
kid
of him.
money, man. Get into that.
Oh, it's
I
gonna
stay
be
with the
her.
white woman for the Gap baby kid money, for the hope of it.
Hell yeah.
Just so I could be like, yo, man, retirement at 27.
Never cut
I'm
that
not
kid's
there
hair.
yet, but in 2 years I might. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no
Sell
one
that
wants the
baby.
white babies.
Nah, man.
Like, white
they're-
babies don't get any money these days. It's all the
Don't I
multiracial
know it.
babies that get
They're
all the
the
money.
fifth
Right?
cutest babies.
White
Black-
babies?
Yeah, it goes Asian babies, which includes Indians, then like probably
Indians are
biracial.
Caucasian.
Yeah.
Biracial, and then maybe a Hispanic baby, then like a black baby.
But you
No,
think
I
it,
put
No,
black
no,
babies-
black baby. Black baby's like
cutest.
third.
No,
Cutest?
black
I
babies
think
absolutely.
I mean,
Asian
I've seen
babies
the cover
are
of the
crushing.
Jory
No,
B.I.G.
Black-
album.
I'll tell you why black babies are the cutest, because racists down in the South, in Texas when I grew up,
Yeah.
what people would always say after, like, people would be talking shit about black people, and then I don't know why the women would always interject with, "But their babies are so cute." Their babies are cute.
That was like the palate cleanser
That
of the
was the
racist
palate cleanser. It's like,
conversation.
you know
That's
what?
only
We're not
because they
totally
knew they
racist.
could take their babies if they tried to rob them.
And then when they get about 7, then they gotta just go in the toilet.
Yeah.
We don't like them anymore. They reach the age of reason, and we hate them.
Defending themselves and things, trying to learn to read. Very bad thing.
Horrible stuff.
Indian babies, really?
Indian babies are beautiful.
All Asian
I
babies?
think pretty much
they got
every
hairy
baby is
faces,
okay.
but they're
Look
pretty
of
dope.
disgust on Jackie's face right now is palpable.
I mean, nah, it's not disgust. I just
I don't know. I mean, Indian babies are pretty fucking
No,
cute.
I'll give you Indian babies.
Damn.
Indian babies are really
babies.
cute.
This is the
You
creepiest
just
thing you've ever
Googled
Googled.
cute Indian baby.
I just Googled Indian babies.
and Marcus has made it onto a new list.
The adoption agency list. You'll be getting some letters.
Where's BuzzFeed's list for like cute babies?
Oh, I'm sure
I'm
it exists,
sure-
but we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
looking at
The
it.
13 cute babies, and you won't believe what they did next.
All right, I gotta move the show along here. No one wants to hear us talk about cute babies. This
Well,
is
I'm
the second
talking
week in a
about
row we talked about cute
babies.
dogs and whatnot.
I
Last
love
week.
all the cute things we like.
I like it too, actually, probably more than most. But we have an audience to entertain.
Well, we're going to take a very big divergence from cute. This is another story from a listener. This is from Quinn McDonald on the Facebook page.
Thank you, Quinn.
Thank you, Quinn.
Is that a lady?
Huh?
That's a lady.
It's a lady.
Is it a lady?
It's definitely a lady.
Well, then
That's a
thank
Quinn.
you, Quinn.
Let me
Yeah,
double
man.
check. That's a lady.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Good
definitely
girl
a lady.
name.
Oh, shout out to Alex, by the way. Met him in Chicago.
Yeah, listener
Totally,
Alex.
man. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
he was awesome.
Yeah, great times, man. That dude sat right up front, had a blast.
Who's
Alex
all
Rodriguez,
smoke
is that
cigars.
who it
Yes,
was?
yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We had a good time.
Very good.
A teenager stabbed his mother before cutting off his own penis after he was believed to have taken the party drug methadone, commonly known as meow meow.
He was the cutest kid.
Meow,
He was the
meow.
cutest baby.
Meow meow.
Meow Meow, yeah, I've heard so much
this a
about
new
this
thing?
goddamn, yes. Meow Meow is the newest drug around, and I have no idea what's in this fucking thing. What is it with Meow Meow that's making people mutilate their nuts?
Well, I'm looking up meow meow right now. It's a synthetic stimulant drug of the amphetamine and cathinone class.
So you're looking up Meow Meow right now.
yeah.
And what is it?
It's a synthetic stimulant.
Meow Meow right now.
you get that?
Wait, it sounds like, was it like meth and special K, like mixed together? It was like, you say ketamine?
No. I said cathinone.
Oh.
Okay, so it's cathinone
Sounds
and
like-
ketamine.
Cathinone
it's
and
cat.
amphetamine.
And amphetamine.
Yeah. So I guess that's why they call it meow meow, because of the cathinone.
The cathinone makes it a Meow Meow.
Cat.
Yeah.
And what is this drug supposed to do other than make you mutilate your genitals?
Users have reported that methadone causes euphoria, stimulation, and enhanced appreciation for music, an elevated mood, decreased hostility, improved mental function, and mild sexual
Just do
stimulation.
ecstasy.
So what's this
Wow,
sounds
that's
like a great
beautiful.
drug. I feel
I
like
need
this
that.
kid was gonna fucking cut off his nuts no matter what.
Yeah, it's compared to cocaine, amphetamines, and MDMA.
This is the first story that I've ever heard about the drugs. Like usually we talk about like crocodile and shit like that, but
Yeah.
Meow Meow actually sounds kind of fun to do.
Now,
Yeah.
meow
Sam
meow.
Boylan.
Meow meow now. When do I take the meow meow? You take it now. Okay.
Are we gonna do drugs on this podcast?
I wish. I want meow meow.
We've been talking about drugs a lot.
Immediately.
Like, we do talk about any?
This is it. Jordan, you do some meow meow, you're going to be at a whole nother white level.
Oh, God.
It's going to be huge. You're in phase 2 right now.
I have some perks at home. I could have brought them. I just didn't know.
The 19-year-old
Now,
student.
those perks, though, they actually don't perk you up, though.
Is that
I think they bring it down. I think that they bring it down.
They bring it down.
I'm remembering now the slogan.
I got
what was
some.
it again, Holden?
The slogan for
Perks?
for perks. It'll perk you. It doesn't perk you up. That's the opposite of that. Makes you real sad and sleepy.
Yeah.
Don't have fun
How
with
did I
it.
forget?
Yeah.
Don't have fun with it.
How will Holden's uncle say that? How would he promote that?
Hey, get here. Come here in the dark room.
He's from Minnesota.
Come here in the come here in the dark room.
That's all right.
Oh, come here in the dark room.
That's good.
Come here in this dark room now, you know. Don't you know, you'll get in the dark room, you get it bad.
That'll be very good. That sounds terrifying.
Well, the 19-year-old student hacked at his private parts with a knife after attacking his mother at their family home. He was discovered hanging out of a bedroom window, blood gushing from his groin after his terrified mother called emergency services to the house in Haywards Heath, West Sussex,
It's a
in
real
England.
Rapunzel situation, grab his nuts, climb your way up there.
The nuts were gone.
Let down your blood.
Let down your bloody nuts. All right, I can only do this twice. So the nuts were gone?
Well, they reattached the teenager's penis, according to the study.
Yes.
He cut it all.
One more penis off the streets.
Absolutely.
No, he made a
Get
choice.
these dicks out here.
Do you think that this guy did he want to be transgender? Does he have a sexual identity issue? Well, I mean, you must really hate your dick.
Holden?
Holden, answer. Is a transgendered member of the Roundtable?
I mean, sometimes I think of it like a second nose. And then it doesn't hurt me so bad.
So you think of your dong as a second nose?
Yeah, because I sometimes like to try. I'm trying to teach it to smell, and then it's like, oh, look at my nose down there, and then it's not my penis.
If your
and then I can live another day.
That sounds. It's just so close to the butthole. It's so close to the bung area. I would never want my dick to be able to smell.
I also like to completely.
Lady.
I like to completely cover. Like I said, I got the lipstick collection. I like to completely cover my penis in a shade of lipstick.
What shade?
Oh, I have various kinds.
Any shade.
So, like, I'm more into the sparkly kind, the lipstick that has little, like, sparklies in it.
Well, isn't that interesting? Now, Jordan, I'm looking at your lips, and they seem to be shimmering.
Yeah,
Isn't that kind of interesting?
Well, I have on fuchsia lipstick right now.
Well, I mean, Holden, and what's your penis color today?
Today, it's a purple sparkles.
Oh, very fascinating.
No coinky dinks here. No coinky dinks here. No, sir.
Level 4 white. Jordan Temple.
Not today. Not today.
Every white man goes through the phase. You gotta suck a dick once. That's level 4.
I think it's great because fuchsia dick today got a nice little arrangement of colors on the
stripy sweater.
That is a nice sweat.
Now
That's
you're
nice.
analyzing a white man's sweater. Level 5 white. You are climbing up the ranks, Jordan.
Oh man, soon enough people want to sit next to me on the train.
I don't know. Let's not jump 5 steps.
That's step 11.
Let me ask,
and that's actually kind of aggravating.
How loud are your headphones?
I don't. Oh, how loud? Okay,
on the train. Can I hear them?
I don't even have any.
All right, then I'm
but I
next
still rap to myself.
No, you're level 3. You went down.
You went back down again. You went back down again.
That's terrible.
That's fine. That's where you want to hover, though. That's the sweet spot.
I sent black people back. Like, how long is this program?
40, about an hour.
Yeah, an hour, 60 minutes.
So this poor kid who cut off his dick and cut off his balls now, how is he doing?
He's in stable condition. I've got some more information on mephedrine.
Oh, great.
It was actually legal in England until 2010, and it is believed that at least one person a week dies from it, much like we sold the synthetic drug bath salts here in the United States legally. In England, they sold mephedrone as plant food.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. The drug, which is
all the plants died.
Yeah, it would be a nice country to be a plant in. It sounds like
it's chemically similar to compounds found in the khat plant.
The what plant?
The khat plant of Eastern Africa. Which is another like amphetamine type drug. I believe that khat has also made its way.
K-H-A-T?
Yeah. I believe it's also made its way over to the Middle East for insurgents and people like that to eat before battles to give them that extra oomph.
Nice.
That's right.
Sounds great.
So
you can't get like the good stuff before a battle.
I feel like it's just the good
You're
stuff.
about to go die. Like, here, I got some uncut coke. You know what? We're not chewing
I
on
agree.
leaves today.
Everyone's just like, there was too much baby laxative in that coke. I'm shitting here. I'm supposed to be a sniper hiding in the woods. I'm farting nonstop. Yeah, that's
in
a
the
good
sand,
point.
In the sand, when they really want cot, they just put cot, like draw it in, and then like someone will meet them back there in that spot.
I heard that. I've heard that about the war.
Something like that.
That's how you get
I'm
drugs.
not very lucid. I'm not very
You said
lucid.
something about Jordans?
Yeah.
You talking about the country, Jordan?
Huh?
No, his name is Jordan.
Well, yeah, I know that.
It was
He's not a drug dealer anymore, Ben. Why would you assume that Jordan's a drug dealer still?
Why would you assume just because he told you that he used to be a drug dealer?
I was like 16.
When you hit level 5
wasn't
white,
good.
though, you're like free and clear of all
you're
your
fine.
past.
Oh,
lives.
totally.
Yeah.
Free forever?
If
Yeah.
the cops ever came to your house, you just have your brother answer the door. Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. we thought a drug dealer
I'm
lived here."
sorry, Professor.
We didn't realize it was the next prison.
You're a much different temple than we were.
Yeah.
You're a different, like, this is a temple. This is the temple residence. You're spirit.
You will need 4 white guys, and at least one of those white guys has to be dating an Asian girl in order to really, tell the cops that you are fully white.
That's
But once we
legit.
do that, it's totally fine.
That's legit, because that's
they'll
my
believe you.
dream. This year, I'm like, I gotta find a really prissy Asian girl who has like a Harvard education.
That's a good
like,
dream.
Both her parents are very wealthy. And like, she's a piece of shit, but she likes me for some reason. She digs my comedy. She listens to this podcast.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. She's like, oh
that's
my
right.
God, listen to that dude
likes
just
anything.
achieve all these levels of whiteness. Now I want to suck his dick in the bathroom.
And that's a fun combination that isn't really fully explored yet in America. I was talking to our friend Saman. He was just on the last episode of Top Hat, and his friend is an Asian black from. He was a black soldier, had sex with a Vietnamese gal, and went over to Vietnam. And he said it wasn't the best combination.
Don't you mean rape?
My God.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they were doing. Jackie, don't go rape crazy. For Christ's sake, Jackie. You're the reason we're not on the Huffington Post.
This, fun fact, this
Ariana
is
Huffington
the
loves
latest
the
in the
podcast.
show. We've mentioned rape for the first time.
That is actually amazing. We are moving forward. Yeah. Progress.
No, it's just because I've been eating chips the whole time.
Yeah, you're happy. Yeah, that's true.
You would think about rape the whole time.
Oh,
though.
yeah. I've been
yeah.
dreaming
Who's
about
thinking
it.
about rape when you got them chips, though?
It's hard to think about it.
That's what they should start doing. They start getting chips out of the streets.
To rapists.
Yeah, to rapists.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That'll solve the whole
Raper, but I got it in chips.
Oh, his chips are delicious. I can't even think of rape after.
All rapists should take this drug and cut off their penises.
Meow,
That would be take the meow meow and cut off your dick if
Now,
you're even
Kissel,
debating rape.
I wanted to take it back to for a second. You're about to fight in a battle, a battle for your country.
Always am.
What is your drug cocktail of choice?
Oh my God! It's gotta be a mixture of. I want a little bit. You need that upper, right?
Okay.
So you need a little crank. I've done crack in my life. That gave me a nice feeling. In Minnesota, I got me and my best friend Dave. We were going to buy some ecstasy, and so we gave the guy all the money. He ended up taking all of Dave's money and stealing his identity. Very funny. And
What? How do you get it from money?
well, no,
Now
because
I'm Andrew
my
Jackson.
friend Dave, we were so smart, we were so intelligent. The guy said, "Let me see your wallets to make sure you're not a cop." I didn't give him my wallet, but Dave gave him his wallet, and the guy swiped his fucking driver's license, which helps you steal somebody's identity. And and so we wanted ecstasy, and then the guy gave us crack, and we're like, "This is not ecstasy." And he's like, "Well, this is what we call ecstasy in Minnesota, but that's not true. Like ecstasy's ecstasy everywhere."
Well, I thought crank was going to be crystal.
Crank could be crystal.
Okay.
Sure, I think crank could, crank
It's
can
just
kind
like
of
an upper. It's like a
so a little crack that would be good.
Okay.
You definitely need to be boozed up. Maybe a little huffing of something, a paint thinner, something to make you slightly cloudy, something to make it a little bit more
And angry,
foggy.
Like, you know what?
Angry.
I throw a Four Loko on there.
Oh
my God.
You ate 4 Locos.
Yeah.
Get a Shaquille O'Neal,
Yeah, man, Four Loko
Nesty
Meow Meow.
or whatever that shit is.
Yeah, drop some meow meow in a 4 Loko. That's all you need to go to battle,
Yeah.
unless it's a stealth mission. Then you're gonna fail like real bad. But if it's just a
No, we're talking. They're not sending you Ben Kissel.
we're 6'7", big fat Ben Kissel. They're not sending me on a stealth mission.
We're putting you on the Blitzkrieg, my friend.
Oh man, yeah, just anything that fucking makes my eyes wide.
And
Crystal knocked.
And if you want to hear what we're all like on the original Four Loko, you can check in the
my God.
the episode archives. We all drank
That's
2
like
Four
episode
Lokos.
7.
Yeah, it's pretty early on.
You can't even understand it.
I feel like I remember that.
It was
Yeah, I heard
awful.
about it.
Yeah,
It
we
was
drank
horrible.
2 Four Lokos in the space of an hour, all of us, and then afterwards we had to talk Kevin down from going out and finding someone to fight.
Yeah, I've
and
never
Mark
been so
Norman as
angry.
well. They were both talking together about going out and finding someone to fight.
And within 10 months,
that's how you know that's funny.
Yeah, anything that really gets your blood boiling, and then show me a picture of my father, and I'm ready to go to war. That's it.
Show me these pachyderms and show me elephant tusk and
Oh my, yeah, we won't even get started on elephant tusks.
I think
leave those elephants alone.
I think I'd eat a bunch of creatine before the battle.
Well,
really get my
creatine actually
proteins
gets you all
up.
bloated, though. You have to work out a lot. You can't just eat it. You're going to end up like Kenny Powers. You're just going to have a big gut, but with no muscle.
I think I'd eat like some expired chicken or something, or to not
Expired
have to do it.
chicken to get out of it.
Oh, my stomach!
Yeah.
Do you get if you're like a gorilla in the jungles? If you have a stomach ache, do you still have to fight
Like a guerrilla warrior?
you could just stay back in the
I don't want
hotel.
to insurge today.
As a matter of fact, I think that they would probably do something. You would dip the arrow or the bullets in your own shit, and then you could shoot somebody with it, and they would get sick. They used to do that during Vietnam
Arrow,
very
really?
regularly. Yeah.
Regularly, once an arrow's in a guy, haven't you already won?
No, I mean when someone would fall down like one of those little traps that they were
bear trap?
Yeah, bear trap or whatever. All the
Maybe like a
spikes covered in
foxhole?
shit. Yeah, they would just shit on. That was their toilet. They would shit on all the spikes. They love to do it.
Shit in their foxhole.
They would shit in the foxhole. Why not?
That is irresponsible.
What are you going to do? You can't go out of
There's
the
no
foxhole.
porta
You're gonna
potty
get your
company.
fucking
This
head
isn't
blown off.
Lollapalooza.
You don't shit all the time. You wait. You shit once a day. That's a fact in the army. If you shoot
shit
twice
once
a
a
day,
day?
you get shot.
Probably very regimen with the shit.
They say
That's
shit,
true.
shit, shot. That's the
Shit shot. Yeah, that's true.
Shit shot. Yeah, I remember that.
and you
now.
gotta shit, especially if it's guerrilla warfare. You're in the woods. What you got a white woman in the woods on your shirt, Ben. I really like it.
That's right. Thank you, Jordan. I
That's
have a
a
white
nice-
woman in the woods on my
That's
T-shirt.
nice, man. So that's like level 6, right?
Acid is
For you? No. You're reverting way back.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
is that like level-
Also, when you're a gorilla and you shit, you have to throw it
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
It's a
true.
law.
because you're a
And yeah,
gorilla.
then you eat a
Gorilla
banana.
warrior.
You
Are you
throw
being
it.
punny?
Banana.
That was a punny joke. I like it.
That was a
Okay.
nice
Yeah,
pun, yeah.
I got
thanks.
there.
It was nice. I noticed when I was forced to explain it.
Yeah, everyone loved. That's the sign of a good joke.
I like.
I don't know the feeling.
Helps. Sometimes if you could just hand me a pamphlet when we hang out, and I could just
Nicely written joke
read
on
it.
paper.
That's about right.
Oh, I got one pun.
Just throw it out there, Jordan.
Okay. Do incarcerated cats have conniptions? That's a stretch.
I don't even get it.
What?
Conniptions?
Do cats have conniptions? Because I get the con.
jailed cats.
Yeah,
Do they,
Oh,
jail-
conniption. Well, you could say that about anything.
Do
Jailed gorillas.
Does a convict have a conniption?
yeah, like a con.
I mean, that would actually work better if it was just the
What about
convict.
no? It would be catniption.
It's a catniption.
You're right.
Yeah,
You know what?
fucking
You're
right.
off the drugs.
Yeah,
no more
no,
drugs.
but
the
for
con
drugs.
works. The con works.
Nah.
But it's still a stretch. No, it doesn't.
Catniption.
No,
If a
but
kitty commits a crime is a catvict, then when it goes to prison, it has a catniption.
that's
Okay.
much better than what I wrote on Twitter and thought about 2 seconds. But I gave you guys the premise, so whatever. Fuck you guys.
How did he
Get off of Twitter.
How did he get arrested? Was he a cat burglar?
You know what? Let's end the whole show. Can we end the show?
Hey, I threw on. I jumped on that grenade for you, man.
Thank you. Like that Pakistani boy jumping on the suicide line.
Now they'll remember it as the episode Nick ruined.
If,
That was a stretch.
if
Someone
a cat-
favorited that.
if a cat
They're an idiot.
That's hilarious.
Dumb as fuck.
By the way, at Twitter, at Ben Kissel, at what is it, Jack the Worm? I'm
the
at Ben
Worm.
Kissel.
Yeah.
And then that's at Marcus Parks. Nick, what's your Twitter?
At Nick's Turners.
At Nick's Turners. And what's yours, Jordan?
At Jordy Ploy.
And I'm at Give Me That Bush.
Give me that bush.
Give me that bush.
We need more followers. We got to step up our Twitter game. So please follow us. Good God Almighty.
Give me
all
that
right.
bush.
Give me that bush.
I'm
It's
Give me
not
that
taken.
bush.
You can do it. Holden, you have to sign up for Give Me That
You
Bush.
got to do it.
Give me that bush.
At Kalahari McNeely man.
That's good. All right, Marcus, do you want to do another story?
Let's go to one more story before we get out of here. Space aliens are apparently quite a passionate topic for at least one New Mexico woman. A domestic dispute that resulted from an argument about the existence of space aliens ended when Jennifer McCarthy of Santa Fe allegedly pulled a handgun from her genital area and pointed it at her boyfriend. McCarthy was arrested on a charge of aggravated assault on a household member after she allegedly stopped performing a sex act with a silver Smith & Wesson and pointed it at her boyfriend's head.
Whoa, hold on. They were having sex?
They were having sex.
She had a gun in her pussy when they were having sex?
She was performing a sex act, so it's possible that...
She was blowing a dude with a gun in her pussy?
It's possible.
That's hot.
Yeah,
How is it
fucking
That's
possible?
awesome, right?
Damn.
Isn't it awesome?
It's possible. Well, it may tell you something that this woman was the writer Cormac McCarthy's ex-wife.
Aha, we
we
heard
heard
this
that
story.
story.
Yeah, Cormac McCarthy being the writer of No Country for Old Men, The Road, All the Pretty Horses, Blood Meridian.
And
Wonderful.
Gun
And the
pussy.
woman, the woman with the gun in her pussy, or gun pussy, as they call it.
Actually, The Road was written immediately after having sex with her.
Yeah, because he was walking down the road, aka running down the road. He was like, "This is apocalyptic shit." So this is
22 Libyas.
so she's a fairly successful, supposedly intelligent person, right?
She?
Right? I mean, you would think so. I mean, if you're married to Cormac,
writers marry crazy women.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that is
okay,
true.
but I mean, she's probably gone to a premiere.
I mean,
She's
she
probably
might
met
have.
one of the Reiners.
Man, I would have to sanitize the fuck out of a gun before I shoved it in my pussy.
Yeah, I mean, how
Girls
big
got
was?
guns in it? But no wonder Ja Rule went gay.
That's right. There's guns in there.
Oh, we're
pussy.
bringing it
you
full
were
circle.
right. He's back,
Oh,
everybody.
we're doing
I
it.
agree.
Kissel's back.
Damn, you're crushing it, Ed.
Kissel's back.
What am I taking the blame?
Kissel's
You did this to
Okay, they divorced in 2006, so she definitely went to at least the premiere of All the Pretty Horses.
That's
All right.
right.
Yeah.
And then now, what is it? What is it? Well, how many years is that? 7 years later? 8 years later? She's putting guns up in her pussy?
Yeah, somewhere around that, 8 years later.
That's insanity.
Yeah, and having arguments with a man about extraterrestrials. She actually said she reportedly asked him, referencing the earlier argument about aliens, "Who's crazy, you or me?"
Was she pro or
It's her.
against?
I choose her.
You're going to choose her?
Sure.
Was she pro alien or against alien?
It doesn't say.
She must be pro.
But before the gun came into play in a threatening way, McCarthy had emerged from the couple's bedroom wearing lingerie with a firearm in her genital area.
And then she was going to take.
So she left the room, put on the lingerie,
Put the
shoved the
gun
gun
in.
up her pussy, and then came back in
fucking
and started
hot.
blowing the gun.
And you would assume it was loaded. It was a loaded
You'd
gun.
assume so.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't think I'm going to argue with Henry anymore. Henry Zebrowski from the last podcast.
Why?
Ever?
Because
That's
I
gonna
think
ruin
he might
that
have
podcast.
he might have a gun in his ass that I'm not aware of. I'm terrified.
No, his ass isn't that wide.
It's not that wide.
Yeah, he's got a small
I've
ass.
felt it before.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
What do you think Henry could fit in there?
Tennis ball.
That's enough.
Yeah, definitely a tennis ball, probably not a gun.
And Jake,
Maybe.
why are you currently playing with a Swiss Army knife? Well, and you're
That's my Swiss Army knife.
I found it on the table.
Can
Yeah.
he fit that in his ass?
Oh yeah, especially when just fucking shove it.
All right.
Right up his
All right,
fucking
guys,
ass.
waving the
Cut
knife.
everybody.
all right, Jake.
I'm
He's
cutting
literally
everybody.
waving a knife around the studio.
Waving the goddamn knife around.
Marcus, when are we going to get cameras in here?
Eventually.
We have to do it because people need to see this terrifying thing.
I fucking wasn't doing anything.
I wish there was more video proof.
It's time for a segment from Holden McNeely.
Oh, Winter Olympics are coming up now.
Sorry.
Yeah, Winter Olympics now. So, Marcus.
Oh, wait. Can your uncle tell us about the
No, Nick, you can't tell him what to do.
right,
Holden,
get
can
in
your
there.
uncle tell us about this?
Yeah, I cannot. Can you get in there? You want to go to Russia? Yeah. And then Marcus has $1 billion, and they want Marcus to come in there and have a new sports. We got to come up with one with hair.
I have many business dealings in Russia, so I've got
Yeah.
the ear of Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Good.
Come in the dark room, Marcus. Come in here into the dark room with me, Marcus.
No, he's gonna give you perks.
I'm there.
He's not going to
I'm there, man.
any perks. I
All right,
promise
so-
you
I
that.
spent a lot of time in Russia. I spent a lot of time in dark rooms. I'm no stranger.
My winter sport, I'm not making it up at the exact moment that I'm talking right now. The words that I'm about to say are not made up.
Even though you came up with a segment yourself.
Yeah, myself earlier. This is all totally planned. And
People know
I'm-
the fix is always in with these, right? Because Holden comes up with an idea and then just makes the segment about the idea. Right?
No. No, but this time I have nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and say cross country skiing. Right? How in the middle of it they always have to shoot the gun.
That's
at the
okay.
target.
I mean,
No, that is what
sport.
exists.
Right.
That is what exists. We're gonna go opposite. The whole time they'll hit points in the thing where we've got dudes set up in little camps and with guns, and they've got to like dodge the gunfire. It's
that's
like a
fun.
survival game, right?
What kind of guns do they have? Very
What kind of
important
guns
detail.
They have bazookas.
That's not a gun.
Okay,
That's an
they
RPG.
have BOGO rifles.
You know you can't dodge guns, right?
Yeah, you can't.
No, they either hit you or you.
No, it's like Matrix. It's like the
It
Matrix.
has nothing to do with how fast you're moving. I'm sorry.
No, but
You
they're
don't see
moving
it coming
fast.
and then dive behind a
They're
rock.
moving fast, but at the end of it, all right, is this a they're going quickly on the skis. At the end of it, right, there's a whole thing where you have to jump off a little thing and land on a horse, right? Takes you downhill, and it's like a ski jump, but on a horse. You got to jump the horse off of a big ramp, do a couple flips or whatever you got to do on that fucking horse, right? Land in a skating arena, and then it's a gladiator battle to the death with all of the skiers.
It just sounds like
man,
a war
that-
that used to happen every goddamn day when we were fighting the Indians.
This kind of sounds like a World War I battle.
Yeah, final person to live at the end wins.
All right, so I'm going to name it Sharpshoot Cross Country Horse Ramp.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I like it. I like it a
Okay.
lot.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm a fan. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to figure out what kind of guns they actually use here. I'm thinking a shotgun would be really good because you're not going to actually kill them.
Right.
They'd be able to get back up again.
Or
If you have
pepper 'em, yeah.
it's going to pepper them, so it's not going to kill
And
them.
the point
if you
is
get some sort of
survival.
if you get like an assault rifle in there, they're just going to pick them off.
Right,
But
right.
Shotgun, like a good 12 gauge, I'm in.
Right. It's not about who gets to the skating arena first. It's about who gets out of the skating arena.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
like
I mean,
it.
it's not a race. You could survive at shotgun blast and still win.
We got it.
I love it.
Hey, we got it.
You got it, Ben?
I got it.
You got it.
I got it. I got it.
You got it.
What you got? What you got, Jordan?
I'm thinking bobsledding in the hood.
Okay.
Russia.
Like a Jamaican bobsled team?
Nah, man. That's
in
racist.
Canada.
That wasn't even a real thing.
John Candy said it was real.
real. I think it was
Everything's racist. Look at that door over there, being all white. Look at that. Look at your pants. I don't know.
His pants are black.
Yeah, they are.
But of course, a white man is wearing black pants.
Yeah.
Like he always used the
put it
black.
fucking down.
Trying to
Hypocrite.
confuse
Black
us.
Panthers.
Why aren't you wearing a white shirt, Holden?
Black
Or a
Panthers.
hat because it's on top of your head?
Yeah, bobsledding in the hood, like the most hood part of Soviet Russia, whatever. You know,
Most of it.
you know,
While
very
gay,
poor
did
country.
we add this?
huh?
You have to bobsled while gay.
Well,
the
so
worst
you have
parts
to
of Russia.
turn. You have to turn gay while on the
Yeah.
bobsled.
Yes.
You have to
wow.
suck a guy off and then be on the phone with your parents at the same time. Like, I'm coming out. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. No, you're breaking
Dad on the
up.
phone.
You're breaking up. I'm blowing a guy right now. This is legit.
Like, no, we're not breaking up. We're getting together.
We're staying together. Then we're gonna move to New York because Russia doesn't like this right now. We're
Not at
on
all.
camera. Nations are watching this, and they're not down with gay people
this
anymore.
is a game of survival. This is a game of staying alive, just
Yeah.
making it to the end.
So the
Gay-
game has to be, the actual point of the game is to get back to New York City alive.
Right, gay is like Gay of Thrones because it's like
Oh, that's fun. I would watch that.
it's like the game Gay of Thrones is like you're trying to get back to New York and you're like dodging a whole bunch of people in those like muskrat hats that like want to throw rocks at you,
Right.
and like they're calling you faggot and they're like telling you you're
never
be
gonna make
burned
it.
in a pile of sticks, like we're gonna kill you, and like
What is faggot in Russian?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like
So it's just you got to make it back to New York.
you gotta,
Actually,
you gotta persevere. You gotta. It's like it's going down like it's like on a mountain of like condoms.
Okay.
And like it's like not it's not very diverse, so it's just a whole bunch of Trojans, not Magnums, and you're just
Very
like
good.
going down. And like, you know, people are like trying to get at you on both sides, but you have supporters too. You have like parents on the side, like not yours, but like people that support gay marriage.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna call this Gayhood Ruski Escape Bobsled.
That's okay. That's good.
And I like it. Ben, what do you got?
All right, what you got, Ben?
It's always difficult for me. And I realize it's difficult for me because I listen too much. That's what I do. I listen, and I'm like, I have some ideas here, but I'm always listening to
Too
people.
good of a listener.
I'm too good of a listener.
Ex-girlfriends, all of them said,
I did. They
They listened
would.
too much.
They're like, the reason I broke up with him.
Ben's
no one's ever broke
fair
up
though.
with me.
Ben does slay tons of puss.
It doesn't matter.
so-
Literally, he has murdered
messing with
17 women.
You're messing with my game here.
All right, so what do you got, Ben? Quickly, right now, immediately.
Paraplegic Olympics. They are all handicapped children. They're large children. Their
the
heads
Special
are too big
Olympics.
for their
That's the
bodies.
Special Olympics. You're describing the Special Olympics.
No, but the thing is, they are forced not to look like they are. So they've just got to go through all the Olympic basketball team, and then but they don't get the wheelchairs, and they crawl around, they dribble the ball, and things like that. All the rules apply. That's kind of fun to look at. And let's see here. Then maybe they are upset with they're upset because they don't have any legs.
Yes, and
so
Ben.
they don't.
Yes, sir.
Holden's
come
an
back
improv
to me.
coach.
Come back to me, Jackie. Go.
No, you said your answer. We're gonna call this one cruelty.
No, is that cruel? No, is that cruel? No, because
Just
some of the
pure
kids are going to
cruelty.
realize that they're not actually paraplegics.
I like that.
Which cruelty? Which actually, that's a pretty good Olympic sport.
Thank you.
I could give out some medals for that.
All right, very good, very good.
Jackie, what do you got?
Not bad.
So I feel like the biggest problem with having the Winter Olympics in Russia is that there's many villages in Russia that aren't going to be, they're not going to get any money from this. They're not going to be able to even watch it or know anything of it. So I'm saying we're bringing the Olympics to these villages. So you round up all the vagrants, all the whores, and all the boars from small villages.
Boars as
and
in animals or boars as in
boars
personality
as in
types?
animals.
Okay.
And from the surrounding villages, you cut off the village, right? Everything's going to be televised, so they'll bring money to the village, and basically you.
familiar, like a hunger.
No, because you give them vodka. There's no.
It's actually pronounced vodka.
Vodka. You give them some vodka. And if they can convince the villagers
That's
to let
what
them
I
into
get when I
their-
get horny for my girl.
Yeah.
Vodka?
He goes and buys her a bunch of vodka, so she fucks.
So
him.
she.
Oh, you want to get with this? Where's my 9 gallons of vodka?
That's my Olympic sport. Can I do that one instead?
No.
9 gallons of
late.
vodka.
9 gallons of vodka. Nine gallons of vodka to fuck
Vodka.
Holden.
Cruelty for you. That's all
I give
it is.
up.
Come
It's Russian
on.
Hunger Games. They all fucking.
All right, so that's yours. Nick, what's your thing?
I didn't like the way you asked that. But
No,
I'm gonna
it's
go
good.
Anyway.
Nick, do it.
Well, all right.
Not now, Nick.
No, here's the thing.
What do you got, Nick?
Nick, you got anything for us? Uh-oh, he's fuming. He's getting real Ed Larson over
he's
here.
bubbling.
He's bubbling.
He's changing. Oh, he
there's
farted.
Ed.
And then he falls.
But for
Very good.
medals. No, here's the thing. This is what I was thinking. Like the Winter Olympics, I think we're talking about ratings, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's all about ratings.
Big numbers.
Yeah.
I say we take some popular summer Olympic sports and then play them outside in Russia.
Like a beach volleyball.
Like maybe any of your water sports.
Sure.
Polo in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
Maybe like freezing cold water synchronized swimming.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just, basketball in the snow, volleyball in the snow. Like snow volleyball, like beach volleyball. Like what's the
great.
fucking
What?
difference except the nipples are so much harder.
Perky
Yep.
nips. What?
But that's one
Yep.
idea. But then I also had the idea.
So you have two ideas?
And neither one of them are actual sports.
Can I take the first? I'm going to take his first idea because he's got two ideas. So my idea is Winter Olympics, but it's Summer Olympics.
So you're going to take Summer Olympic Russia ice death.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. So now this is your idea, Nick.
No, I can't even remember the second idea.
So you don't have anything.
No. This is the idea that I had the whole time until I just thought of that one idea. Go Jackie and.
I
No,
already
Jackie's
fucking
already
won and I
done.
lost.
We really got
I
to
fucking
wrap up the
lost.
show.
No,
here.
go Ben. No, because I had a good one.
Ooh, we must be
Hold on.
NA.
Because I
This
don't
might
think
be our
we know
first
anything
NA.
about sports. I think that's the
I already
main
gave you
problem
one. I'm
here.
giving
No, I mean, but it's mine. So you don't have anything. All right, well, Nick doesn't have one. Marcus, who is
It's over. It's fucking over.
Yeah, it's
Nick.
all done. Marcus, who is the
Kissel
winner?
beat you.
It's over. You know who wins?
Oh, no, I have it.
Oh, go. God.
Okay, it's well, I'm probably not. You're not gonna like it better, but I want to have. This is what I want. I want 2 Olympics. I want for every sport, Olympic sport, I want them to have a drug version and a non-drug version.
Okay.
Where they get super fucking strict about drugs. Like, what you saw was actually a result of this. Well, then you're still fucking out.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do the other thing that makes it look like you were doing drugs. Fuck you. You're out of the shit. He's super strict. And then one that's just like, go absolutely ham. Take all the drugs you want, get as insane as you want, and then we'll have an Olympics for y'all.
You know what,
It'll be
Nick?
way more exciting. It'll be the difference between men's and women's basketball.
You know what, Nick? I really love that, but I like my idea better. I really do. I like my idea a little bit better.
Well, I hope you win, Ben.
Thank you.
As much as I like the drug Olympics, I still think that we have to go for sharpshoot cross.
What about Summer Olympics and the Winter Olympics? Oh, come on.
It was a clear idea throughout.
It's been so long. I want to thank Grammy.
There is no
my
thank you.
Grammy.
This is going to cause me to eat the other half of my burrito.
I'm at it.
All right, Jackie Zebrowski, thanks
Horny
for being
girl,
here, Nick.
69, 420.
Nick, is there anything that you have coming up?
Honey girl.
Any show you want to plug? People
girl.
like the plugs. Do the plug
you
thing
a
if you have a
horny
show
girl?
coming up.
You a horny girl.
When's this coming out?
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be in LA next week.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We'll look for Nick in LA next
See
week.
him on Best Week Ever. He's got a funny face.
See me on Best Week Ever.
VH1.
Watch my pilot in a year or never.
That's great. Holden, of course.
Yeah, I got things to plug. VCRs.
You're done? All right.
I'm going to Minnesota this weekend.
Okay, does it matter, Jordan?
Oh, I'm doing these mics crying on the subway.
Okay, that's good.
Eat while I'm eating Subway. Yeah.
I have a show on Thursday at Union Hall with Cypher Sounds.
I got some more things to plug real quick.
that's
at the end of the
wait.
month, I'm going to be in San Diego at the American
What did I
Comedy
ask?
Company.
Jackie, anything?
Fucking plug a fucking dick in my pool.
Follow me on Twitter, Ben Kissel, and only me.
I'm actually 8th through the 10th. I'm going to be at Stand Up Scottsdale.
You know what?
Plug
It's
it.
done.
Oh, May.
The episode's done.
I'm actually.
All right.
Wait.
Hold on.
You're plugging something in May? Oh, yeah. Everybody's
Well,
going to
They're going to love it. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
On the
Thanks for
24th, I'm
listening.
gonna be-
We love you.
I think I'm gonna be at Freddy's bar.
Freddy's Bar. Very good.
Well, that's not fun.